Hey everybody, welcome back to another playthrough from Half-Ass Gaming. I'm John, and today we're going to make another attempt at Stonewall Jackson's Way 2, the Cedar Mountain scenario. A lot of people play this as their first little foray into the system, and we're going to go ahead and play it. Now, we did release a Stonewall Jackson's Way 2 Cedar Mountain video before. We were going to try to do everything in one or two videos, but that didn't really turn out too well. Besides, I made a few mistakes because I was making the video after working a 12-hour shift and was really tired, and for some reason I wanted to do it then. Made a couple of little mistakes. Um, Two of the mistakes were a tiny little movement mishaps. One of them was an activation that should have never have happened. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and redo the whole scenario. And what we're going to do is it's a 3-turn scenario, and we're going to make 3 videos. We're going to make one video per turn and try to do it that way. So consequently, this first video is going to be really short because nothing much goes on here. So let me lay the groundwork for this again. And actually, I am going to take the rules out of the box and get a good look at them just to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm pretty well versed in this scenario, but I just want to give it a quick look-see so I don't miss anything. Here's the scenario book. Is this it right here? No, that's the basic rules for the series. Let's get into this one right here and try to find Cedar Mountain real quick. It's not a difficult scenario at all. I think it's the scenario 1. So here's the rules. Basically, everything is the rebels are trying to get to Culpeper. Okay, the Army of Virginia, newly formed Army of Virginia, was going to try to set up with some offensive operations to attack the Confederates towards Gordonsville. But I think what happened is that the rebels decided they were going to preempt their offensive with one of their own and try to get to Culpeper and just ruin everything for the Union. So basically, it's 3 turns. The big thing is nobody can voluntarily go to fatigue 3 or 4. You can get there because of the results of a battle, but you can, for movement purposes, once you hit your second fatigue, you're done for turn 1. Greg and Lawton have to stay in that bottom left corner over here, which is, if you look at Bayard right here, I'm highlighting Bayard. Let me go ahead and click this really big. This hex row just to the right of Bayard, that it starts with 09. Greg and Lawton cannot go east of that, and also the hex row that ends with 24, which is 2 hexes above Bayard. They can't go north of that, so they're stuck in the bottom left-hand corner. Let's zoom out and take a big picture look at what's going on here. So the rebels are down here in the left-hand corner. They're down here. It's Jackson's Corps. That's it. And then the Union. Here's Culpeper right here. You have 4 different cavalry units for the Union, 1 cavalry unit for the rebels right there. Then the Federals have it's 2 corps plus. So they have Siegel's Corps up here, well away from the action. And then it looks like Banks's Corps right here, plus Crawford, who's already in Culpeper. And then Ricketts is part of the 3rd Corps, but he's just by himself. He's a lone unit from the 3rd Corps. Now, what I don't understand is usually Ricketts comes with a do not move on turn. He cannot move till turn 2. That's one of the things. So we've covered Greg and Lawton, and we covered Ricketts cannot move on turn 1. One moment, I'm just trying to find something here. So Greg and Lawton, we discussed them. Turn 1, nobody can go to 3, 4, and a Union player may not perform any actions or entrench rickets in turn 1. The victory conditions, real quick, 16 points, Union Confederate infantry unit occupies Culpeper, blah, 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 9 if they occupy Culpeper, and there's no, it's 9 or 16 based on whether there's any Union infantry units in an adjacent hex. And then, so the Confederates need 13 points to get to a marginal victory. Having said that, let's go about the business of playing this. This is a really easy scenario. It can be hard for the rebels to win if they don't get good movement. It's very hard for them to win. So I'm gonna, again, up with the resolution. I want to go as big as I possibly can. Should I go one more? Let's go one more and just see how it looks. Okay, that's as big as I'm going to go. So here we go. We're going with a initiative die roll. So here's the initial initiative die roll for the game. Here we go. By the way, for the purposes of these rolls, Confederates are always first, followed by the Federals. Here we go. So it's a 5-3. The Confederates win the initial initiative die roll. So what they're going to do is they're going to activate Robertson. So he's Cav. He gets fatigue marker, and he gets 2 dice plus 1. Here's his roll. He gets 3 and 3 is a 6 plus 1 is 7. Here he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, initiative die roll. 5-4, Rebels again. Again, Robertson, next level. By the way, he's hit fatigue too. This is all he can move for this first turn. Here's his 2 dice plus 1. He gets an 8 plus 9. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does he want to attack Bayard? No, he doesn't, because he has 3 points left. All he could do is a hasty. He's not going to do a hasty. Okay, Bayard does not have the option to retreat, because when cavalry is facing off against cavalry, there are no cavalry retreats. So, again, Robertson's not going to attack. Bayard cannot retreat. So we move on. Initiative die roll. 2-5. The Union wins this. And what is the Union going to do? The Union is going to move 2nd Corps, Augur and Williams. So it's going to be a corps march. They get a fatigue. Augur. No, let me do this right. Fatigue. All right, so this is a corps march. Crawford is also part of 2nd Corps down in Culpeper. He's obviously not going to move because he's not close enough. Plus, I don't think they'd want to move him anyway. So it's their roll plus 1. Here we go. They get the 6. Wow, Union continues to roll good, much like the first version of this game. All right, so they're going to move, and here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They get to go 7 because it's a plus 1. And there they go right there. And then here comes this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time I moved these guys 8 for whatever reason. I thought they were Confederates who get plus 2 to a corps march, but they get 7. 6 plus the 1. Okay, here's the initiative die roll. 3-1 Rebels. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be a corps march. Jackson, everybody who is with 3 hexes of him will be moving out here. Here we go. Fatigue marker. Fatigue marker. So they would move. They would move Ewell, but he's not close enough to take part in this corps march. You got to be within 3 hexes of Jackson. So here it is. Now, here's where we say the rebels, one thing they do, they need to be able to move. Okay, so their march is going to be the die roll plus 2. All right, they need something. Here we go. They've got to be able to show the ability to move. They roll a 4, not bad. Plus 2 is going to be a 6. All right, so they are on the move. So with a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What to do? All right, so they're going to go this way. Oh, by the way, there's no forced marches in turn 1. That's another thing. So AP Hill is going to move first. He gets the 4 plus 2 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what AP Hill can do is he can threaten the Rhode Island Cavalry with a hasty because he has 1 point. He can threaten them with a hasty, which indeed is what he is going to do. Now, he's threatening the Rhode Island with a hasty, and you're basically, it's 18-1 here, even though it's across a ford. They want no part of this. Rhode Island cavalry is going to retreat. So when you have a cavalry retreat, the first thing you need to do is roll the die. And if you roll a 1, you lose 1 point. Okay, so here's their roll. They roll a 6. Okay, so here's what happens. They roll a 6. By the way, it was modified. Because they're across a ford, the 6 is modified plus 2. And because they're only a 1, they're a small force, which is a minus 2. So the 6, the 2 modifiers cancel each other out, and it remains a 6. And we'll show you what that means in just a second. So the Rhode Island Cavalry goes to disorganized, flip, and they get a fatigue, 1 fatigue, fatigue marker right there, and now they have to retreat 4 to 6, and this should be no problem with this retreat. 1, 2, straight back, 3, 4, 5. They're gonna go right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they rolled a 6. So how does this affect AP Hill? Well, AP Hill had 1 point left. Okay, because there was no fight because they cav retreated out of there. So what happens is whatever they roll gets halved. It's a 6. Halved down to 3. So if he had 3 movement points, he would have lost all 3 of them. He only had 1, so he can't move. So his 1 movement point is easily wiped out. So AP Hill is done, and now we go to initiative die roll, and here we go again. Rebels first. So it's a 4-4. Rebels win the ties. So what are they going to do? Oh, no, 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 no. I see. I almost screwed up again. Cancel that initiative die roll because these 3 units were part of that last Confederate turn. They have yet to move. So the roll, if we go back, wowzers, I almost screwed that up again. They did roll a 6. No, they rolled a 4. They rolled a 4. So all 3 of these units get to move 4 plus 2, which is 6. Wow, okay. See how easy it is to almost screw up this? So Lawton is going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes Greg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here comes Winder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Winder, he stops right there. He can't get on top of AP Hill. So now that all of those guys have fulfilled their turn, now we're going to roll again for initiative die roll. Brand new roll. 2, 6, so it goes to the Union. All right, so what's happening here? So this is what we have. Rhode Island Cavalry had to move out. Maine is right there. Bayard's there. Buford's right there. So Bayard knows these guys are coming, but he's not going to move yet. We're going to get these guys in position. Again, this is the 2nd Corps. Banks. They're going to go to Fatigue 2, next level. Fatigue 2. And they could also activate Crawford because he's within 3 hexes of Banks, but he's not going to activate. He's just going to stay in Culpeper. So here's their movement plus die roll plus 1. They get a 3, which is a 4. So what we have here is this unit is going to go 1, well, 1, well, wait a minute. 1, 2, what to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to play it like that. So they went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this unit right here, can't force march, is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Okay. An initiative die roll, 2-1. Rebels win that. Yule is going to move by himself. Place fatigue marker. No, undo. I put the wrong thing. Yule, place fatigue marker. And here's his roll, a die +1. Ooh, he gets the 1 + 1 is 2. That's as far as he goes. Initiative die roll. 6-3 Rebels. They're going to move Yule again. He goes to 2. He's maxed out. Here's his roll, die +1. He gets a 5, so it gives him a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to stop right there. Now, he's done for the turn. Much like Banks's core is done for the turn. Those two guys are at 2, and Robertson is at a 2. Initiative die roll. 5-6 Union. Banks. No, Buford. Buford is going to activate 2 dice. He gets a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a really good spot for Buford to be in. Okay, initiative die roll. 4-6 Union again. Okay, now let's review. Crawford wants to stay in Culpeper. Ricketts cannot move. So we have Siegel's core right here. They're going to activate. Fatigue marker. So all 4 of these guys are going to activate. Fatigue marker, Steinware, fatigue marker. And so it's going to be a core march, which is die +1. They get the 4, so it's a 5. Everybody gets to move 5. They're going to stay on this pike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, awesome. Initiative die roll. 6-5 Rebels. Well, the Rebels. What are they going to do? Well, are they going to threaten Bayard? I don't believe they are. Not yet. We're going to move Jackson. We're going to move. Okay, we're going to activate Jackson for a core march. Here's the problem. He can't move. Yule can't partake in that because he's already at 2. So it's just these 2 units here and here. It's a core march, a die +2. They need a big roll. It's imperative that the Rebels get a big roll in the early stages of this game. Here's their roll. They get the 5, very nice. So 5 + 2 is 7. Okay, good. And with that 7, what can they do? Now they're going to have to go up here and go after someone. Okay, so here's Jackson and AP Hill. 1, 2, 3. I'm just figuring this out in my head. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here they go. 1, Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can do a normal attack on the first Rhode Island. First Rhode Island is saying, screw that, I'm getting out of here. So they're going to do a retreat, a cavalry retreat. And so the first thing is roll a die. And Jackson has 2 points left, or AP Hill, I should say. So they roll a 6. AP Hill's points are gone because actually he's a +1 because of the river, which makes it a 7. But he's also a let me read this. Combat chart, retreat, cavalry retreat. Because he's very small, a very small force. He is a -4. So hold on. He rolled a 6, plus he gets a 1 because of the river or stream. He gets a 1, which is a 7, but he is a -4, which makes it a 3. So, in fact, only one of those 2 points are canceled out. Let me take a quick look. I want to be sure about that. I want to be absolutely sure. So let me look at, see if I can find terrain here on something here. Terrain effects. Yep. No, we're going to the box. Hold on. We're gonna go to the box and get a chart out. Let's get a chart, a terrain. I want to be sure on that body of water right there. So what we have, flip it over, we have it's a creek. Movement cost, but prohibited minor river. So is that what are we dealing with here? That is considered a creek. Yeah, that's considered a creek, which is in rain turn, so it'd be a +1. What is it for battle? Uh, Okay, so that would be a +1. So here's what we got. We're going to do it this way. So again, let's review. So this unit rolled a 6, so he's a +1 for terrain, which is a 7, but he's a -4 for being a very small unit, which makes him a 3. So a 3 halved is 1. They've gotten rid of one of AP Hill's points. He still has 1 left. So let's do the retreat right here. The fatigue goes up to 2. He's got to go 4 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll stop right there. Now, AP Hill to go across a creek is no effect for movement. Okay. No, plus he's on a road. There's no effect. So he goes, AP Hill goes right there, and he's done because he's a 2 now. Now, but we also have to move Winder. Winder gets to move. Winder gets to move. They rolled a 5, which is a 7, so he gets to move 7. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Winder's actually going to go there. He started right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going to go right there. All right, cool. So it looks like we're winding down in this first turn. Let's go initiative die roll. 5-3, Rebels win again, and basically the only people that they have that can move are these 2 guys right here. And Lawton's going to go ahead and move. We'll activate him to 2, next level. Here he goes. Here's his roll. He gets a 1, which means he can go 2. 1. He's going to go 2 right there. Initiative die roll. 6-2, rebels again. This is going to bring Greg. Here's he's activated. Here's his movement. He gets a 3 plus 1 is 4. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. He's not going to attack Bayard. He could do a hasty. He's not going to do a hasty on Bayard. No, not going to do it. Bayard can retreat out of there, but he's not, because he frankly, he'd have a problem retreating out of there. He'd probably end up dying if he had to retreat. So Bayard's not going to retreat, and they're not going to do a any kind of attack on him. So let's see, if they did attack him, it would be 4-1. That's actually a +3, and they'd get 1 for. You know what? They are gonna. No, they're not. They're not gonna attack. They're not gonna attack because it'd be a hasty -1. Then across a river, it'd be a -2. It's a -3 right there. No attack. So here's what you have. You have the rebels are tapped out. They are all at fatigue 2. That means they can't do anything. So any initiative is going to be a pass going over to the Union. So here's the initiative die roll. The Union wins this anyway. So what they're going to do is they're going to move this core again. Siegel's core, next level. These guys all go to 2. And they're going to be done after this move. And it's a core march. Everyone's within command radius of Siegel. So here's their 1 die plus 1. 6. Wow, big roll. They get to go 7. 2, 4, 6. 7. Okay. This guy gets to go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these guys were 1 behind him, so they're going to go 2, 4, 6. They should be 1 behind him. 2, 4, 6, 7. Big roll. Okay, we're getting almost done here. 27 minutes. Here's initiative die roll. Union wins it again. So let's review. Siegel's core is at 2. They're done. Crawford could move, but he doesn't want to move out of Culpeper. Ricketts can't move in turn 1. So the only thing that can move here, we have the main cavalry, and we have Buford's cavalry. Buford is very happy where he is right now. The main cavalry may move. Bayard, if he moves, he's a dead man because just the way he's surrounded, he'd lose a point. He'd be dead. Does the main cavalry want to move? At this point, I'm going to say yes, main cavalry is going to activate. Put a fatigue marker on them. 2 dice. So they get to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or they could go 1. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4 to go there. Okay, that's where they want to be. So initiative die roll. 3, 6. It belongs to the Union. The Union is going to pass, and the rebels pass. So this turn is over. You guys can't see it. I'm gonna move this up to turn 2, and there's no victory points. Nobody won any victory points. And here's what we're gonna hit the recovery button, which is basically it takes 3 fatigues away and builds defensive placements. And so I just hit it. Okay, so you saw the fatigue melt away, and you also saw breastworks build on these 2 because they didn't move. And also with this guy right here, Bayard, he didn't move, so he gets a breastworks build. So since nobody was allowed to go to fatigue level 3 or 4, there are no exhaustions on the board. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to widen out a little bit, and that's going to be it for turn 1. The Rebels made good movement for AP Hill and Winder. Ewell is lagging behind, but not that bad. The Union, excellent rolls with movement. They're almost where they need to be. Siegel's Corps is coming down for defensive positions. They do get Ricketts in the next turn, and Crawford is well on his way to building a defensive breastworks, building defensive and emplacement and Culpeper. So that's what you have for turn 2. I'm going to go ahead and upload this and get rid of the other one because there were all sorts of mistakes there. Well, a couple of minor mistakes, but one activation that shouldn't have happened. So I'm going to go ahead and file, save game as. Go up to game files. Yeah, game files. And we're going to call this Cedar Mountain. Back it up. Mountain. And YT, hit that save. Okay. All right. So I'm going to upload this. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.